typically have a fear-induced insomnia, but when I do, it's because I've seen something on TikTok.
Y'all would not believe what they found in certain areas that were burnt in the LA fires. Could this be why the military and the FBI was deployed and was stopping people from going down certain areas? You cannot make this up. They tell us right in our faces, bruh. Y'all, look at this video. This is what they found underground.
With the hazmat, we have found a underground lithium battery storage plant for bicycle batteries that has posed a huge hazard in that area. We are working with the hazmat teams to keep that contained. So a lot of that is just very dangerous. As you just heard, the air quality in some of that area is still very, very high.
With that being said, look at this video of these people not being able to go to their homes.
Fucking ball.
What?
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Now we're getting these fake fucking wrong.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below in the comments. This shit crazy, fool.
I don't know the effects of lithium battery and breathing, but it sounds pretty serious. What are those?
What's your small town drama right now? I'll go first. We just found out that one of our local restaurant owners has been unaliving animals and using their bodies to stuff the grinded up remains of their victims, and just been sewing them up and leaving them along our only highway. That way cars could run them over and we'd just think that they were roadkill, but I guess they didn't think that at some point we would get suspicious about the influx of roadkill, and upon examining these animals a lot closer, found that they had been like sewn up. So obviously our local police department investigated this and found that oh, these animals aren't just animal bodies, these animals have human remains in them. And
that's creepy.
Yeah, it's caused quite a stir. Anyway, this is him, Thomas Sullivan, and I think he's going away for a long time. So far it's estimated that it was 6 men and 3 women, and that's just absolutely crazy.
Don't forget to follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
This true scary story has a massive trigger warning, and when I say massive, I mean the biggest trigger warning I have given you guys yet. This is also only for 8 years and older. If you cannot deal with DV or any type of V at all, then please scroll past this. And by the way, this is exactly why you should not play with Ouija boards. I also want to take this time to remind you to subscribe to mine. The link is in the bio. I tell stories on there that I do not tell on here every few days, so watch out for that. Also, if you want to send me your true scary story so I can recount it on here, my email is in my bio. It's kaisaspooky@gmail.com. Okay, let's get started. So this submitter's name was Sarah, and Sarah was born in the 80s in the state of Virginia. In the state of Virginia in the 80s, you are not allowed to go to daycare unless you were potty trained. And at the time, she was 6 weeks old, so she obviously was not potty trained yet. So her parents both worked, and so they had to find someone to take her in. Well, her mom's sister had a best friend named Gloria, and Gloria had a little daycare at her house, and she took care of kids, and she was highly recommended because she was really good to these kids. So that is where they decided to take Sarah. Now Sarah was really well taken care of. Gloria was great to her. Every single time her parents picked her up, she was happy, healthy, she was just great. They loved her. The only weird thing that they thought about the situation is they didn't really like her husband Tim. They said that he was a little off. He was a little quiet, quirky, but they thought that maybe he was just like quiet, just a quiet person. So they kind of ignored it. And they ended up getting really close to Gloria because Sarah's mom's sister was close to her. So those 3 couples started hanging out a lot. Sarah's parents, her aunt and uncle, and Gloria and Tim. So these 3 couples are hanging out a lot for about a month or 2. And one day, Tim suggests that everybody plays with a Ouija board. And Sarah's mom at the time, who she told me had not found God yet, decided that, yeah, this would be a fun idea. Let's all do it. So they all started playing with the Ouija board. They did it about 2 or 3 times and nothing really happened. Until one day, Gloria comes to Sarah's mom mom, and she says to her, listen, something really weird is going on. Tim is playing with this Ouija board every single night all by himself. Like,
What?
he is sitting in our room alone playing with this Ouija board, and he's telling me that he's talking to some alien. And she says he also told me that the alien's name is Rodentalk. That is what the Ouija board has told him. And Rodentalk wants to show himself to Tim, and he wants to do it on top of a mountaintop. So they decide that they're going to go to this mountaintop so that Rodentalk can show himself to Tim, and the others want to see it as well. So they actually ask Sarah's mom if she can babysit all of the kids while they go and do this. So they go and they do this. They come back and they say nothing happened. Now, even though they didn't see anything that night, I believe that something did present itself. They just did not see it, because this is the start of a nightmare. So although nothing presented itself, Tim is still obsessed with this Ouija board, and it's all he does every single day. He just sits in his room and he plays with the Ouija board by himself. One day, Sarah's mom goes to drop her off to Gloria's house so that she can get babysat. Gloria comes to the door, she opens the door, and she does not look well. And she says to Sarah's mom, listen, I am so sorry, but you are going to have to find a different babysitter because I have to get a job. At the time, she did not have a job, so she was at the house with Tim all day. Not sure what their situation was, but she didn't have a job. She said, I need to get my kids out of here. I need to get out of here. There is something very wrong with him. All he does all day long is sits in the corner and plays with this Ouija board, and it's starting to become alarming. So I'm very sorry, but I can't watch Sarah anymore. And although Sarah's mom is upset about this because she needs to find a new babysitter, she's also really concerned for her friend Gloria because they have now become close. It's important to note that Tim and Gloria had 3 kids. They had 2 biological children, one 9-year-old son and one 5-year-old daughter. They also had a 7-year-old adopted son. So remember that. After Gloria tells Sarah's mom that she can't watch her anymore, Sarah's mom reaches out to her and is like, listen, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? Tell me what happened. Like, is there anything that I can do for you? And Gloria tells her something chilling. She tells Sarah's mom that one day she comes inside and she finds Tim in the corner facing the wall, shivering, crying, snot pouring out of his nose. He is absolutely petrified and whimpering like a child. And Gloria is like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? Like, are you good? Then looks over in the corner and there's just one shirt hanging up, just one random shirt. It's a red shirt and it's hanging up in the corner. She looks at the shirt, she looks at him, and she said, what is going on? And he goes, that shirt is possessed. That shirt is evil. At this point, Gloria is like, okay, we are done with this. You are done playing with the Ouija board. You are going to the doctor. You need to be put on medication. This is absolutely insane. So she takes him to the doctor, and of course he refuses to be on medication. So fast forward later on, it's fall now, and Gloria gets a secretary job, and her secretary job is only during school hours, so while her kids are in school. And one day she is at her job, and normally she takes her lunch break at the same time every single day, but a woman had come up to her and asked her if she could switch her and she could take her lunch break 30 minutes earlier and she could take hers 30 minutes later. So Gloria agrees. But while Gloria is gone, Tim calls the office and he says, you need to get home now. I brought the kids home from school. They aren't feeling well. Get home quickly. Well, she obviously wasn't there, and this was the 80s where no cell phones existed. So she didn't get the message until she got back to the office. So she's freaking out at this point, and she's like, oh my God, like, what's wrong with my kids? And she rushes home. And this is where I'm going to give you the trigger warning again. Please do not watch this if you are sensitive, because this is gruesome. What Gloria walked into, a mother should never, no one should ever have to experience this ever. Every single person in the house had been unalived. The children, and nitty-gritty details on here, I might do it on my YouTube. It's very hard to hear. It's hard to tell, honestly. But I'll give you some of them. Basically, a shiny object was used in order to first take the life of the youngest daughter. And the same thing with the 2 boys. The only thing is that the hearts were out. He took a out of all of the hearts. And the shirt...
What? What is this crap? But it's in West Virginia, right? And I have heard there's a lot of cannibalism going on there, so... I mean, but still, this is ridiculous.
That he was wearing, you guessed it, was the red shirt that was hanging up. Then did something to himself that a coroner saw and actually quit after 42 years of being a coroner because of this situation.
Oh my goodness.
Himself 6 times in the... To put it in and take it out and then do that 6 times, that's not humanly possible. This is so heart-wrenching. They actually saw Gloria about 35 years later, and like Sarah and her mom did, at a McDonald's, and as soon as they saw her, she dropped to the ground, started crying. This is 30 years later, mind you, and screamed, "He took my..."
It doesn't matter how long it's gonna be afterwards, you're still gonna have some sort of reaction, especially if you see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time and they know what happened. Of course you're gonna react, you know, you're gonna break down. That you can't get over that.
Babies! He took my babies! That just almost made me cry. They actually had to take her to the hospital. They had to call an ambulance that day, and that was 35 years later. So this poor woman, I can't even fathom. I guess that also Sarah and her mom were driving like past houses one day, and Sarah had no idea what house it was, and she looked over at a house as they were driving past, and she looks at her mom and she goes, "Something is radiating off that house, and it is not good. Like, that house is scary." And her mom goes, "That's the house. That is the house that happened in." And she had no idea. Let me know what you guys think happened in the comments. Do you think that he was just mentally ill, or do you think that like something actually possessed him, that there's something seriously wrong with him? Because I don't know. Either way, this story was the worst story I've ever heard in my entire life. So I'm sorry if this was too much for you guys. You guys can always be honest with me and let me know in the comments. It will not hurt my feelings. I want to make sure that you guys feel safe watching my stories and comfortable. And if this was just too much, please let me know, and then I won't even put it, the longer version, on my... As always, you guys are so important to me. You mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Sarah will be reading these comments, so drop any comments that you want to ask her, any questions or anything like that. She will be reading them. Other than that, I hope you guys have an incredible night. I am so sorry if this ruined your night. Normally I say have a spooky night. Tonight I'm just gonna say a prayer for this woman, because she needs all the prayer she can get, even to this day, I am sure. I will also not be promoting anything in this video because it is not appropriate. So I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.
I must say that this was the most creepiest video yet that I have found on TikTok. I mean, that's pretty scary. And I don't think it's too much. Like, people are really not aware of the potential of other people. And especially when you're playing with things like the Ouija board, like that, it's very evil. Just stay away from it. And the reason why I watch all these Ouija board TikToks is because when I was younger, I would say maybe 7, my cousin, sorry to put you on blast, but my cousin actually wanted me and one of her friends to play a Ouija board, and it was pretty scary for me. So that's like a memorable thing I will never ever forget. And yeah.
Somebody on Facebook posted this, and it looks to be lasers shooting out of the sky and lighting things on fire. People think that the fires in LA are being started by this laser.
Huh.
You can let me know what you think, but I did some research and it appears to be maybe transformers blowing up or power lines exploding, causing that green energy-like mark. Also, I am terribly devastated by anyone that has been affected by these fires. I have friends that are going through it right now, and it is really scary, so just stay safe. And if there is something malicious behind these fires, then I am so pissed off.
Me too.
Alright guys, so I work at this old...
Alright. First of all, look, I actually peed myself, so I'm kind of scared. I didn't pee myself, but you see. Are you ready? Oh.
Theater, and been hearing a noise. It's a really beautiful theater, as you can see, if you can see it at all. But I keep hearing a noise in here, and there's not supposed to be anybody here, so just double check.
So what is he doing there? And at night, and probably alone. So yeah, I don't know.
But I wanted to film it just in case. There's the ghost light. It's the light we keep on for ghosts, for people who still remain here and whatnot. And what the fuck?
What?
What is that?
Y'all see anything? Because I don't see a thing.
Hold on, let me get a better look. Oh shit!
What was that? A dog? Why are they so scared about a dog? A witch or an owl? Are you kidding me right now? Wait a minute. I thought owls were aliens. So, what is he talking about here? Okay.
San Francisco Castro District, Monday morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Morning.
Right now we are driving to the Chateau d'Amois. We just crossed over into Belgium, so we're out in the middle of nowhere in the Belgian countryside.
That's like 1 hour away from me, you guys. I'm scared.
This place is absolutely as notorious as they come. Definitely some anxiety in the air as we try to expose these creeps. This is a place a lot of people, I can guarantee, haven't heard of, but I want to raise awareness so that people do know what it is and they understand the very dark possibilities of what may be happening inside its walls. Yeah, we're 3 minutes away.
Oh, look at that.
Wait a minute. I'm just reading the title right now. Disgusting.
Looks like
What are they hiding? Obviously, you know what they're hiding.
So we're right here. The chateau is right over here in this area to our left. The security here is fucking bananas. I mean, dude, this is actually crazy. Look at how thick this forest is here. You cannot see through. So like, whatever the fuck is even behind this, I don't even know. If the allegations of human hunting parties that happen here are true, that would mean that it would be most likely in this forest area where those kids are being hunted and murdered.
Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and get this video. Sorry, you guys. I didn't know it was gonna end up like this, but yeah. Stay tuned. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.